What if I told you that the life you're living right now isn't the only option available to you? That tomorrow morning, you could wake up and decide to become someone completely different? Sounds crazy, right? But here's the truth nobody talks about. The person you see in the mirror today is just a collection of choices you made yesterday, last week, last year. And if you don't like what you see, you can start making different choices. Right now, today, this very moment. I spent years believing I was stuck in a job I hated, stuck with habits that were slowly destroying me, stuck in a life that felt like it was happening to me instead of for me. And you know what the worst part was? I convinced myself this was just how things were, that some people get lucky and others don't, that success was for other people, not for someone like me. Then something happened that changed everything. It wasn't a dramatic moment, no life or death situation. No rock-bottom crisis. It was actually quite simple. I was sitting in traffic on a Tuesday morning, go to the same job I've been complaining about for 3 years, and I asked myself one question. If nothing changes, where will I be in 5 years? And the answer terrified me. I'd be in the same car, stuck in the same traffic, going to the same job, having the same complaints. 5 more years of my life, gone. Just gone. And whose fault would that be? The economy? My boss? My circumstances? No, it would be mine. That's when I realized something powerful. I wasn't trapped by my circumstances. I was trapped by my decisions. And if my decisions got me here, different decisions could get me somewhere else. So I started small, not with some massive life overhaul, not with quitting my job and moving to another country. I started with one tiny shift. Instead of hitting snooze 3 times every morning, I started waking up on the first alarm. That's it. One small decision. And you know what happened? Nothing dramatic. The world didn't change. But I did, because for the first time in years, I proved to myself that I could make a decision and stick to it. Then I added another small change. Instead of scrolling through social media for an hour before bed, I started reading for just 15 minutes. Again, nothing earth-shattering. But these small wins started stacking up. Here's what I learned. Your life doesn't change when you make one giant decision. It changes when you make 1,000 tiny ones. Consistently, over time. Think about it like this. If you're driving a car and you turn the steering wheel just 1 degree to the right, you barely notice a difference at first. But if you keep driving in that new direction for an hour, you end up in a completely different place. That's how life works. Small adjustments, repeated daily, lead to massive destinations. But here's the thing most people miss. You can't just change your actions. You have to change your reasons. Because willpower runs out. Motivation fades. But if you have a strong enough reason, you'll find a way. I had a friend who struggled with his health for years. Overweight, low energy, always making excuses. Then his daughter was born, and suddenly everything changed. He started exercising at 5 in the morning, cut out junk food, lost 40 pounds in 6 months. What changed? Not his knowledge. He always knew what to do. His reason changed. Now he had someone depending on him to be healthy, to be present, to be alive. So ask yourself, what's your reason? Not the surface level answer. The real one. The one that makes your stomach tighten and your eyes water. That's the reason that will pull you through when things get hard. But let me warn you about something. Once you start changing, you're going to face resistance. And it's not going to come from where you expect. Your own mind will fight you. It loves comfort. It loves predictability. Change feels dangerous to it, even when that change is good for you. So your brain will come up with every excuse imaginable. Start tomorrow. You're too tired. One more episode won't hurt. You've earned a break. And here's the other thing. Some people in your life won't like it either. Not because they're bad people, but because your growth reminds them of their own stagnation. When you start waking up early, they'll call you crazy. When you stop going out every weekend, they'll say you've changed. When you start chasing your dreams, they'll tell you to be realistic. Listen carefully. You need to protect your transformation like your life depends on it, because it does. Stop sharing your goals with people who don't support them. Stop consuming content that makes you feel worse about yourself. Stop spending time with people who drain your energy and give nothing back. I know that sounds harsh, but think about it this way. If you were trying to get healthy and someone kept bringing you junk food, would you keep them around? No. So why do you keep people around who feed you mental junk? Negativity, gossip, limiting beliefs, these are poison for your mind. Surround yourself with people who are going where you want to go. Read books by people who've achieved what you want to achieve. Listen to conversations that expand your thinking instead of shrinking it. Now, here's something I wish someone had told me earlier. Success isn't about working harder on your job. It's about working harder on yourself. You can grind for 40 years at a job, and maybe you'll get a decent retirement. Or you can spend those same years developing yourself, your skills, your mindset, your character, and you'll build something no one can take away from you. Every single day, you should be a little bit better than you were yesterday. Read for 30 minutes. Learn a new skill. Practice something you're bad at. Have a difficult conversation. Do something that scares you. Because here's the truth. You're not going to live forever. Every day that passes is a day you'll never get back. And one day, you're going to be old, looking back on your life, and you'll ask yourself, did I really go for it? Did I become who I was capable of becoming? What will your answer be? Will you say, I played it safe. I stayed comfortable. I waited for the perfect moment that never came? Or will you say, I went all in. I failed 100 times and succeeded twice, and those 2 successes changed everything? The choice is yours. It always has been. But here's what I want you to understand. That choice isn't a one-time thing. It's a daily decision. Every morning, you wake up and decide, am I going to move forward today, or am I going to coast? Most people coast. They wake up, go through the motions, distract themselves with entertainment, and go to bed. Then they do it again and again until suddenly 10 years have passed and they have nothing to show for it except regrets. Don't be most people. Starting tomorrow, I want you to do 3 things. First, write down exactly what you want your life to look like in 1 year. Be specific. Don't just say, I want to be successful. Define what success means to you. What does your day look like? What are you doing? Who are you with? How do you feel? Second, identify the one habit that, if you did it every single day, would move you closer to that vision. Just one. Don't try to change everything at once. Pick one thing and commit to it for 30 days. Third, find one person who's already living the life you want and study them. Read their books. Watch their interviews. Understand how they think, because success leaves clues. Look, I'm not going to tell you this is easy. It's not. There will be days when you want to quit. Days when you feel like you're not making progress. Days when you wonder if any of this even matters. But here's what I promise you. If you stick with it, if you show up every single day even when you don't feel like it, even when no one's watching, even when results seem far away, something incredible will happen. One day, you look in the mirror and barely recognize the person staring back at you. Not because you've changed your appearance, but because you've changed your character, your confidence, your capabilities. And people will ask you, what happened? How did you do it? And you'll smile because you know the truth. There was no secret, no magic pill, no lucky break, just a decision to stop waiting and start building. So here's my question for you. Why not you? You have a brain. You can learn. You can grow. You can change. What's stopping you except the story you keep telling yourself? The life you want is on the other side of the excuses you keep making. And the beautiful thing is, you can start building it right now. Not tomorrow. Not next Monday. Not when everything is perfect. Now. So what's it going to be? Are you going to close this video and go back to scrolling? Or are you going to take the first step toward becoming who you're meant to be? The choice, as always, is yours. If you made it this far, drop a comment below with one thing you're committing to change starting today. Just one thing. And then go do it. Don't just consume inspiration. Apply it. Because at the end of the day, knowledge without action is just entertainment. Now go. Your future self is waiting.